Good morning, Faith, and good morning, everyone else listening to Sunny Side Up. My name's Michael. I'm your host, and Faith is my co-host again.
Officially
as always.
co-host.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're gonna just officially call it a co-host at this point. I think I said this in the last episode or the episode before that, but I think the show is pretty much just going to be a husband-wife morning talk show. I think that's where we're gonna go with this show. I've been trying to really nail down what this show is, and I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. Especially because you did say that you are enjoying this, and you do enjoy. Surprisingly, getting up early on Saturday mornings. It's not quite early.
I was say,
today.
Michael, it's 11:30.
Today's a little bit of a late recording, but you wanted to sleep in, and we stayed up late doing a double feature, so I can't blame you. Anyways, Faith, how are you doing today? How's your week been?
I slept so good last night. Like, so good. I feel like I haven't slept that hard in a really long time. Like, I woke up feeling so well rested.
I wish I could say the same.
I'm sorry.
I woke up to being in a puddle of water. And it turns out you had just, for whatever reason, moved your water bottle into the middle of the room. And there's no, middle of the bed. And there's no, stopper to it.
No, it's a Stanley.
So it just tipped over, and I woke up
I'm so sorry.
covered in water.
I don't know why I did that.
It was a great way to wake up at 7 in the morning.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I forgot to put it back on my night table. I'm usually good at... I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
Well, it's better water from a water bottle than another source of being wet, so...
Okay.
You are getting kind of old.
No, but my week was good. It was busy. What?
I said you are getting kind of old, and I was waiting for an old comment back.
Oh, no, I didn't have one ready.
Normally, you're pretty quick on it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It was a busy week. Hold on, we can do this first. Sis, go sit down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
She's not going to, but it's fine. Just move on.
Okay. It was a pretty busy week. This week was how I thought the week before Christmas was going to go. The week before Christmas was really slow.
At
work.
Yeah,
at work. It was really slow, and then this week was insanely chaotic. So it was a long week, but also a fast week.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I have not had a good week. I have been obsessively thinking about one thing all day,
feel like I can
every
tell
day.
you.
Go ahead, take a guess. Let's see.
Your cards.
Oh, no. I have been thinking about that all week, too. And we'll get to that later. But actually, it's Stranger Things.
Oh.
That I have not... I'm literally sitting there trying to do work, and I'm just thinking about Stranger Things. I am sitting here trying to enjoy my time off, and I'm just... fucking Stranger Things. Ugh. I've got a lot of issues, and I feel like it's been 9 days since the episode came out. So I feel like I can go ahead and talk about this now. I'm going to try and limit how much I go off here because I don't want to focus too much on this.
Okay.
And I don't want someone to have to skip this entire episode because they haven't watched the last episode for whatever insane reason. My mother, being at the top of the list, somehow has not finished this season. But I legit have been obsessively thinking about this, and I don't understand how you mess up this bad with the ending.
Oh, okay. So you didn't like the ending.
There are parts I do like.
Okay.
There's a lot of parts I don't like.
Okay.
But truthfully, my bigger issue here is that after the Duffer Brothers... After this episode released, the Duffer Brothers went and did an interview, right? Because there's so many questions, and the interviewers were asking them questions about the show, about, hey, well, what happened here? What's this? What that? And their responses can be summed up in 3 different ways. Pretty much to every big important question of their answer was, it happened off screen, or maybe not, and I don't know.
Oh, perfect.
They wrote the goddamn fucking show, and their answer is, I don't know. They said they were going to answer all the questions. There were going to be major deaths, all of this, and
Oh,
it
that's
just
true.
didn't happen.
They did say there was going to be major deaths, and that did not
It
happen.
just the main bad guy. Of course, we expected him to die, right? You know, supposedly. But there's a lot of inconsistency, and there's a lot of talk about this on especially TikTok, right? It's everyone is like, oh, a conformity gate, which is just the belief that you know this isn't the real. What we saw is not the real ending. It's the ending that Vecna created for all the main characters, and it's not really what's happening. I don't fall for that. I'm not a conformity gate believer, but I am a believer that they had a ghostwriter for this show, and it's commonly believed that the ghostwriter was actually one of the brothers' wives, and they had divorced right before season 5, or right before like all of this kind of started going down. And so it's believed that they stopped using, like she stopped writing for Stranger Things, and that's why it didn't make any sense, and that's why things took such a big turn here, and why there's so much inconsistency is because the person who has written the entire show did not finish writing the 5th season. And there are some parts that feel like, oh, they maybe just fed AI some questions and were like,
what part?
What I mean by that is I just feel like the inconsistencies and the Duffer Brothers going maybe not, I don't know, and off screen, that to me says you didn't write your script. Because if you're writing the script, when you're writing something, you, especially like this, right, you would have in your background, okay, like where is all these characters moving? If this is happening, what else is happening off screen, you know? And then, okay, how do I explain that that's happening? And it's just for them to say, I don't know in an interview. Now, granted, the one that did the worst in the interviews did say afterwards, he's like, I don't know why I did the interview. I was just recovering from the flu and like nothing really made sense. And my head was spinning, whatever. Okay, well then issue statements about what actually happened. You know, don't stick to your guns and say, I don't know. Like, how can you not know if you're the one writing it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to know what's going on, and you have to recognize the inconsistencies in your writing. And then for them all just to end it the way they did and just leave it totally open book. And, like, you can pick what the ending is.
You didn't like that? I know a lot of people really loved that.
No, I didn't like that. Mostly because it was only piled up on top of everything else and all the other inconsistencies that happened. And the ending, like Mike not saying I love you back and the weird way he was holding her, I was like, that's the one bit of acting in the entire season that I was like, not great. So what I think one of the things I'm upset about is that I was so prepared when this series was over to follow the Duffer Brothers anywhere they went, watch anything, because I've loved this show. I thought it was amazing. They did such a good job of blending all these different genres, from comedy to horror to suspense, like action adventure, like blended it all so well together. And then to fumble the ending as bad as they did, and on top of that, just to go, I don't know. I'm just not willing to follow the Duffer Brothers anymore. Like it went from, if the Duffer Brothers names were attached to it, it's going to be gold for me.
Yeah.
To, if the Duffer Brothers name is attached to it, I immediately am disinterested in watching this.
Interesting. That like opinion changed very fast.
It's
drastic change.
Just because of the ending. And now there's a lot of inconsistencies and issues that are being pointed out on like TikTok that people are really focusing on that have clearly been answered in the show. And people are, it's just a matter of, okay, you need to go back and rewatch the show. You're putting this out there because you either weren't paying attention to the show at all, or you haven't rewatched the show. Because if you watch the show, a lot of the inconsistencies people are pointing out online are answered. There's very obvious on-screen answers and explanations for these things, but there are bigger, deeper ones that are not being answered. And I just like the biggest one that really strikes me is this is maybe not the biggest one, but it's perhaps the most glaring one, in that they killed a whole lot of military people.
Oh,
like the main characters did. Nancy showing up coming out the top of the truck with a goddamn automatic rifle and just mowing down military personnel. And then they come back out and they're arrested. And 18 months later, everyone's free. No one's in jail, prison. No one's in a secret government laboratory. Nothing. And their answer to this one was just like, well, they kind of just figured that there's nothing really there for them anymore, so they just left. But every one of those characters is committed multiple felonies. Yeah. Multiple felonies. Mm-hmm. And everyone just got released freely. Like, we're just going to ignore, like, and the problem for me is that there was such a easy, just unbelievably easy way to solve that problem. Mm-hmm. They established that you can get in and out of the Upside Down using any one of the earthquake lines that are throughout the city. They had already drove into the Upside Down with the bomb, delivered the bomb, everything. All they had to do was get out. Why the hell did they all have to exit the same way they came in, knowing damn well that's the middle of a military base? Mm. They could have exited in any area throughout the entire town. They could have just come up and out through those little ley lines. Mm-hmm. Why? Why not just do, like, the only reason I can think that is so that there was they were like, oh, we have to, their focus was, we can't let anyone stop Elle and drag her out of the Upside Down.
I think that's exactly what it would have been, because if they would have done that would have been different.
That's just it's just lazy writing with all of this, because how the hell it just presents the whole military issue, right? These people would all be in prison for like life. Yeah. I actually watched TikTok of like, here's all the crimes they did commit, and this is what like the typical sentence is for each of these. They're all in prison for life.
Yeah.
Hundreds of years. And just nothing. And I was just like, it's so glaring, and them to not address it at all. It's just like, it's painful.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna say, yeah.
You did a lot of, you really got heated there for a second, so I was just listening.
I'm so annoyed, just because, just lazy responses in interviews too. Mm-hmm. It just makes me again think, even after the ghostwriter, which is supposedly the ex-wife, stopped writing, they clearly didn't write this themselves either. Mm-hmm. It really makes me feel like something AI would do, just to completely, oh yeah, let's just ignore the military thing in the afterwards, like blah blah blah. So I'm really disappointed after 10 years of watching this show, to end it as like messy as they did. Now, I am really, really glad that the very shitty ending did not impact the like public perception of the actors. Like, it seems to be all on the Duffer Brothers, which I think is where it should be. The actors all did really phenomenal, and I am fully prepared and very excited to follow their careers. Like, Caleb McLaughlin, very excited. People are really, really wanting him to be a Spider-Man.
Ooh, mm-hmm. I think I've seen that.
And I could totally see it. I think it would be great.
I think so too.
I think he's a great actor. I didn't love Lucas in the show, but I did think he was a good actor.
Did you see that? Is it Sadie Sink that's Max? She's in Spider-Man now?
She's in the new Spider-Man, and she's also slated to return in the Avengers Doomsday movie that'll come out in December. So yeah, she's going to be a mainstay character in the Marvel universe, I would think, through the next phase. So she'll be around for a while, which I'm very excited about. Like, I think she's a great actress.
She is. Like, that scene when she woke up from her coma, that was insane.
I wish you had watched. So you watched seasons 1, 2, and 5.
Yeah.
I wish you had seen her acting in 3 and 4, because it's also really great.
Because I know that I stopped watching when she got introduced. Like, that's around the same time that I stopped watching.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I've seen her, but I don't know. It was really good. I do really like her. I also really love Robin.
I'll get to her in a second. But there's a scene where she kind of like loses her sight from Vecna attacking her in season 4. And it's so incredibly well done by both her and Caleb. He like improvises this line like Erica help whatever that people just on the internet absolutely love, but they have really great on-screen chemistry together. I doubt they'll be in anything together anytime soon again, but I really enjoyed their scenes together. So following those two for sure, Joe Keery, obviously, DJO, I checked out some of his older music too. Not just what's the main song that everyone's freaking out about? It's like number 1 on the charts. He beat Taylor Swift with, but it's the I'm back in Chicago. Yes, yeah, exactly that one. Excited for his music career. Natalia Dyer too. Nancy.
End of beginning,
yes. So Natalia Dyer, also very interested to see what she does from here on out. Every one of these people have projects lined up.
Yeah, especially Delightful Derek. Yeah. I'm excited to see what
does he have a project lined up?
I don't know, but
that's the only one I don't know about.
I feel like there was an interview that I saw with him when he was like, yeah, I couldn't tell like my friends and stuff that I was in Stranger Things, so I told him it was a mayonnaise commercial. Documentary. Mayonnaise documentary. Mayonnaise. He got a collaboration with a mayonnaise brand.
I saw
and he posted something like, documentary coming soon. It was really funny.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, they are definitely all of the cast are making a lot of money off of the insane ad campaigns that have been going on. But I am excited. I don't remember his actor's name, but I think this was his first role.
I think so too. I think he was in like a commercial.
I think he's only been extras before, if I remember right, or he's had one super small role before this. But anyways, yes, very interested in him as well.
Yeah. Also, did not know that Robin was Uma Thurman's daughter.
Yeah, Maya Hawke. Maya Hawke is her actress name. Yeah, she's a very good actress.
She's
very fun.
Incredible. Yeah. I really, really love her, and I keep seeing interviews that she's in too, and I love her vibe, and like the way she was in the show. Really, she was my favorite. I was really digging her, and I think I will watch what she's in.
She is also one of my top favorite characters of the entire show. I think she just brings a really good energy to the cast. That no other character kind of like has. Like a lot of the characters do share some like personality traits or like some like same kind of contributions, but she's like a very unique character in the show, like of like what she contributes.
And like and I loved her relationship with Will in this season. So
I think her and Steve's relationship is one of my favorite like relationships. Obviously, Dustin and Steve's relationship is the number one of the entire show, but. And the last one I'm really excited to follow is Nell Fisher. So she's actually had like several other like real kind of like big roles before already. And I'm really excited to see where she goes from here. I hope that she continues to do like horror or suspense stuff because she's a phenomenal actress with that. She played
did a
her part
really
well.
Good job.
And
for being like, I don't know how old she is, but for being so young and being able to do an American accent so well, too.
She's 14.
Yeah. And, like, she does that American accent.
Well, have you realized how much of the cast is actually British?
Yeah. It's insane.
A lot. But I think Nell Fisher's actually from New Zealand or something like that. But she has
a thick accent. I was, like, watching an interview, and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, she's got she's got 3 movie credits also already. Bookworm from 2024, Choose Love 2023, and the big one that everyone really loves her in is Evil Dead Rise 2023. That was like her other like horror movie, and I believe if I remember correctly, I probably should have double checked this before I just spit it out, but her role in Evil Dead Rise is why the Duffer Brothers wanted her in this show.
That makes sense. But yeah, she was really good. They had so many great actors and actresses. Like, they, like, really introduced, I don't know. I really love all of them.
Yeah. Fantastic show. I'm sad that it's over. I'm frustrated that it's over the way it is. I'm not going to be able to get over this, and I really needed to get this out, and anyways, I said this was going to be a very short thing, and this has been very long already. So, I think I think I'm good to move on from this.
Okay.
I got it out. I'm just gonna be disappointed in this in a long time because it just sucks to 10 years, and for it to end like this. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
That's a soundbite I should pick up, actually.
Thanks.
So, one other thing I also want to talk about is these early recordings are rough. You're like getting straight up and doing this.
What do you mean?
Like waking up and then immediately starting recording, like after a single cup of coffee.
Oh.
My big problem here is that I forget things every single episode. It doesn't matter how many notes I take to remind myself to bring up this point or that point or to say this extra argument piece. I my notepad is right here, and I will forget things every single time. So much so that I have almost started multiple times writing out a document of things I've forgotten to say just to have an episode of Michael's Forgotten Thoughts so that I could bring up everything. But I was like, that's probably just going to be really annoying and very confusing for someone who hasn't watched hasn't listened to a lot of episodes.
No, you're right.
So I have a long list of things that I have forgotten, and I blame it on, we really do wake up, take barely a moment, and then we sit down and do this recording.
Yeah, well, I take a second to wake up because I can't do that. But yeah, you're right.
My solutions here are like double my coffee intake before the show. But then that might be a pretty bad idea for me to just double this beforehand. And then my other option was not doing it in the mornings. And I was like, no, I like the morning show vibe is what I really wanted to stick with. And so like I have to stick with it. But God damn it, I cannot tell you the numerous amount of times where I walk out of that door of our recording room and go, oh, actually, I have a perfect audio for it.
Motherfucker!
I'm glad you kept that one.
It's almost every single recording that I do that. And I'm so mad at myself every damn time. I just cannot get it right. Well, I can get it. I'm going to say I get it right. But I just forget things every time. And it just drives me crazy. But it's like this morning show. I'm like, what are my solutions? Go to bed at like 8 o'clock the night before. Get well rested.
On a Friday night, Michael? Whoa, we've gotten into a bad habit of staying up till like at least midnight. On weekends, we've been staying up from like 1 to 2.
We punish ourselves, and it's bad.
And we haven't done that. And I usually go to bed before 12 on weekends, but recently it's been like 1 or 2. And a little show I've started watching has a lot to do with that. But
accidentally swallowing a bottle of pills. That show.
Okay. It's so out of context, Michael. The show we're talking about is Heated Rivalry.
Heated
I can never pronounce that last word. That show. It is. I think I saw somewhere that it actually surpassed Stranger Things with the amount of like people that have watched it. I tried to like Google it and I couldn't find a ton about it, but I saw somewhere that was something.
I don't think that's possible.
Okay. Heated Rivalry is a gay hockey show, if you haven't heard of it.
Yeah, it's a very small... Stranger Things appeals to pretty much every audience, right? I think any audience could find it. Heated Rivalry cuts out a lot of audience.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. It is... I think it's amazing. I'm on my 3rd rewatch. I think it's so good. And my entire TikTok is filled with, like, edits, information, interviews of these actors because they're also new actors. And so I saw one comment say like, this is like the vibe of like what a heartthrob used to be. Like this is what that is. And I was like, oh my God, you're so right. Like, I feel like we haven't had a new actor like this that like women have been obsessing over in a while. And I'm having a great time. Like the actors are both so funny. I love them. The show is great. They're amazing actors. But yeah, it is very smutty, I guess you would say. It is based on a book.
You think so?
Based on books. I think they're so good. I absolutely love this show. I was a little like thrown off at first when I first watched it because I wasn't expecting it to be like that, and then I like watched it again when I was like more prepared for what the show was, and I'm like obsessed. The story between them, so good. So good. Anyways, love this show.
Okay, so I do have some stats here. So both of these obviously were massive streaming hits. The number I think you saw here was that 324 million minutes was like how much it was watched. 324 million minutes. And the reason why that looks bigger than when you just quickly Google how many people watch Stranger Things season 5, the difference being in that as of early January 2026, Stranger Things season 5 has garnered 105.7 million views.
Oh.
So views versus minutes watched.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to compare those two. Yeah, but it is number 9 on Netflix's all-time most watched English language series list.
Nice.
So, that would be the difference there.
But yeah, it's a amazing, great show. I'm having a great time. And that's like all what I've been consumed with. I know it's
extremely, I mean, obviously, like I just said, extremely popular.
It is extremely popular, and it was made by a really small company. Like, they had very low budget. Like, there's one scene where one of the actors is sitting on a rock in a lake because they didn't have a budget to have a dock. Like, that's how low budget.
They couldn't just find a dock?
It was because they had rented a certain, like, house, like his cabin in the woods.
Oh, and they couldn't build a dock for that.
And they couldn't put a dock, like, it wasn't in their budget to have a dock with it. And so he's just, like, sitting on a rock. It's so good. And
it's based on a book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Okay. Yeah.
I really hope that the seasons, because obviously it's getting renewed. 2027. I'm so disappointed I have to wait a year.
Did they not cover the full book in this season? Or?
Oh, no. It's a series. So it starts off with...
Well, a series can still be one... You mean it's a book series?
Yeah.
Okay,
like, it has quite a bit of books, and it isn't just Shane and Ilya, which is what this first season is. It has Kip and Scott, which are also in this season. Mm-hmm. But Skip is their, like, ship name, whatever. Scott and Kip are the first book, and then Shane and Ilya are the second. So they kind of combined the first two books together in this season. And there's, like, still more to go. So it's going to get renewed. I really, really, really hope they keep the vibe of, like, the low budget, because it was good. It, like, gave a certain vibe that made it really good.
Low budget projects do tend to give off like a very special vibe because you have to try really hard and find like different ways of doing what you would normally do with a lot of budget, just building things, buying things.
Yeah, and the guy, his name is Connor. I can't remember his last name. He plays Ilya, and the original actor, like the actor, is from Texas, just guy from Texas. But in this show, he plays a Russian man, and his accent. He learned Russian when he got this part, like his mannerisms. He just like embodies this Russian man, and the actor just seems like a different person than what he plays, and I love it when that happens because it just shows you how good of an actor they are. I'm really hyped for these two. Like, I will watch whatever they're in because they are so good.
You know, one thing I've heard, there's a major movie star. I can't remember who said this recently, but like the time of or I think he said the age of the movie star is over, where people will watch a movie just because of an actor. Do you think that's true?
No, I don't think so at all. I think that they need to start putting newer actors in, and it'll bring that back, because all these old actors that we've not like old, but like all these actors that we've seen a bunch of times, people are kind of like, yeah, okay, it's them again. They're good, but like there's not like a lot of hype around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it looks like it was Michael Caine who said this, and he said a lot of movie stars are not great actors. They're just very good looking, and when they start to age and they don't have the looks anymore, then it's over. Yeah, no, I don't agree with that, because these two are very attractive, but they're good actors. They're such good actors. I do think Hollywood focuses on looks over acting ability a lot of the time recently, I think.
Yeah. But these are so good. And like his name is Hudson, is the actor. He plays Shane in the show. And in the show, I keep seeing people point out that in the show, Shane is a little autistic, and the actor plays it so subtly well that like most people, like, you don't even notice. But then like I saw somebody on TikTok like kind of point out things that he does, and you're like, oh yeah, but like that's not how the actor actually is. Like, he plays it so they just played their parts really well.
Well, I'm glad you liked it so much.
Thanks.
One of us had to have a good show, damn it. Don't get me wrong. Stranger Things Season 5 overall was great. The ending just fumbled. So, last thing I wanted to bring up with you today was that I am deep in prep for another show that I am prepping for. And it's required that I learn a lot about vintage trading cards.
Uh-huh.
And I have a couple that I wanted to share with you that I thought you might find entertaining to learn about. First one I wanted to share you is there was an AIDS awareness trading card series.
What the heck?
And it focused on like, this is AIDS, this is what you should know. Like, it was an informative like medical series, and they just sold them where they sell trading cards.
Honestly, solid idea.
Wild. I would love to get my hands on a pack of these. It's kind of, I couldn't find any other ones that were like this. So it's just weird. I mean, I guess you got to do what you got to do. They were probably thinking like, we got to hit the youth, make sure
exactly.
they're aware
Like,
of
I
this.
think that's a great, like, because when was that at? Like 80s?
I think it was, I think that set was in the 80s.
Yeah, that's like, trading cards were so popular.
Yeah, the AIDS training cards.
Like, that's such a great way to reach the people you want to reach.
Yeah, I think it just said training instead of trading, which puts off a very different vibe. The AIDS training cards were from 1993. Another one right around there, 1992, they released a set of trading cards for serial killers.
Interesting.
And as you can imagine, that did not go well in the early 90s. So bad that it was banned in some counties and some cities.
Yeah, because why? I don't love the glorification of serial killers.
Yeah.
I think, I'm not going to go too depth in this because I don't want to bring the mood down. But after what happened in Moscow, I'm just so done with all of that.
Yeah.
Like, I used to be super into, like, Dateline, watch, like, documentaries and all that. But since that happened, I haven't been interested in any of it. And I have a feeling it's because of that, because it, like, hit a little too close to home at that point. And I was like, no, I'm done. Because these people are also going through that. And I don't.
Right.
Anyways, I've turned away from it. And that's really interesting that they did cards, like, trading cards.
Yeah, trading cards in 1992. And I think it was Canada. And I think 7 states in the United States had introduced legislation to outright ban the sale of these cards in their area. That's a lot. And the entire country of Canada was like, this is wrong. Let's get rid of it. So also would love to get my hands on these cards, an unopened pack of these cards, just to kind of, see them for myself in person. Obviously, you can look up tons of pictures. The next one I found that I was like, oh, this would have been so sick as a kid. These were Nintendo game packs. And so you would open them up and they would be like this scratch off game you would play on the trading cards. And it was like Super Mario. And so you would play a Super Mario level on the trading cards as you scratch off.
Interesting.
I have no idea how that works.
I have no idea either.
No idea. But I didn't come across any other like this where it was like a game in a pack.
That's interesting.
Yeah, very cool. This one was just like a totally weird one. Operation Desert Storm.
What?
Operation Desert Storm has a very large supply of trading cards still out in circulation. Like a lot. You can still buy full boxes of card packs.
Weird.
From Desert Storm. I guess the military got to do what it's got to do to attract the youth.
Apparently.
Yeah, but it's like the trading cards are like pictures of like Black Hawk helicopters
Yeah.
and Humvees and the kind of thing.
Yeah.
The desert, whatever. Just odd, but I get it. It's kind of like AIDS awareness, in that you gotta try and appeal to the youth and go where they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, first time I came across this was on another break show, and a break show, for those who don't know, is just like it's where they open up packs of cards on the show and then sell the cards or whatever. There's all sorts of intricacies into this. I didn't realize this. I didn't really understand. Like, I had heard grumblings about break shows and how people were annoyed that creators were like fucking with the video in editing so that they could keep the actual prize cards, and then because you would buy a pack, and then whatever cards they open on that show, you get the prize card from that pack, and then the breaker will mail it to you, whatever. Because you're essentially buying the pack and they're opening it online, which is, I don't know I don't understand why people do that, because I would want to open the pack myself.
Me too.
So I don't really understand why. I guess it's the same thing with like video game streaming. Why watch someone play the game when you could just play the game?
Yeah,
that's like every parent's response. I get it. I'll watch someone play a game because it's whatever about the humor or anything, and I enjoy watching someone who's more funny at it than actually good at it, whatever. So I'm having trouble applying that same logic to a break show.
Yeah,
but whatever. And I honestly and it's gone. I lost my point there. So, anyways, we're gonna just move on. So there's actually an insane number of entertainment sets out there, like based on like cards based on video games, movies,
yeah.
and
When we
TV
were looking,
shows.
there was a ton.
Like Cheers is actually.
Oh, that would be fun.
Those are a little bit newer, but Cheers trading cards are actually going for a fair amount of money.
Nice.
They're especially if you can get them signed or whatever. I saw just crazy prices on some of these cards, and so it made me realize, no, the trading card market did not die after the pandemic ended. It is very much still alive, and people are not interested in just sports cards. They are also very much interested in collecting, because there's relic cards, and so relic cards in this world they have like a little bit of the costume of a character's costume in the card, so they're like they're really thick cards because they got to fit like a little square of that person's clothing on into the card, so that you own a piece of the movie.
Interesting.
So those are very, very popular cards to collect apparently, and I was like, oh, it would be really cool to own a part of someone's costume from your favorite movie. I'm like, okay, I see now. I understand. And speaking of, a couple things here. I'm going to show the one I'm most excited about here. In that Upper Deck? No. Tops? No, that's not it. Which one was it? Shoot. I forgot who just got this. It might be Upper Deck. I'm going to double check. But a Harry Potter license was just granted to one of the major trading cards to produce a new line of trading cards for Harry Potter. And Harry Potter trading cards. I'm typing so fast that I have a bunch of...
Like the ones in the show when you pull them out of the chocolate frogs?
No, not the chocolate frog cards.
Okay.
Those are still ongoing. Anytime you buy a chocolate frog, you can still get those.
Okay.
Which is why I wanted your aunt in Japan to get me some. It was Upper Deck. Upper Deck announces that they have secured a deal with Harry Potter for an upcoming product collection.
Nice.
So I will be keeping an eye out for that just because it'd be fun. I wonder if they'll have relic cards in that or not. Who knows? Maybe Warner Brothers is looking to offload some of their merchandise out back there and get rid of a costume or whatever. But so Harry Potter got announced. That's pretty exciting for us. I'll definitely be trying to grab a box of that. But gosh, I just see this is also the problem. I'm still like groggy and tired, and I am forgetting things I've written. I didn't write this part down. I hate it. But having discovered how many shows and stuff that I really love, like old shows that have trading cards, like Stargate has some cards. I'm like, oh God. In fact, I am buying a box of a sealed box of Stargate card packs today, and I'm very, very
And they
excited.
come with more than one in a package?
Yeah, that's it's 6 packs with 4 cards each.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because we've come across some that there was specifically, I went on a rabbit hole with these ones. For those of you who don't know, I love Alice in Wonderland. It is one of my favorite movies, specifically the live action with Johnny Depp. Mostly because I just really love Tim Burton. I think he's amazing. But there was cartoon versions of like these trading cards that you could get, and they were so, like, the artwork is so beautiful, and I was like, how cute would this be if I got these and then put them in a little frame and hung them? Like, that would be adorable. But then I looked, and a box was like $30, and I was like, okay, well, like, a box usually has like 6 cards. I feel like just from my experience with Lorcana, whatever. And then I looked, and it said 1 card per box, and I was like,
Yeah.
So 1 card is $30?
From the manufacturer.
From the manufacturer. I was so mind blown. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I really wanted these cards. I became super obsessed with them for a second.
And they have a Smokey Bear series, limited edition series, and I was so close to hitting buy, and then you realize, because you were from the same manufacturer, you were looking at the Alice in Wonderland, and you found out it was one. I was like, well, I'm really glad I didn't buy that, because I would have been so disappointed.
Yeah, to get 1 card for $30.
Yeah,
that's insane. They are going for quite a bit of money, though.
Yeah, they are actually very valuable.
Yeah.
A lot of people
But
are.
really
well,
bummed.
I guess we're seeing the sell price. We're not seeing if people are actually buying those.
What?
We're seeing what people are selling them for, but we don't necessarily know people are actually buying them. They could just be all for sale and not actually being bought.
True. Okay.
Yeah. So people are trying to sell them for a lot of money. The other thing I was trying to come up with while I was talking about Harry Potter, I was trying to remember, is that this week, Pixar and Tops had released a Pixar set of cards.
Oh.
Sounds great. It was called it's Pixar Gold, and so it's like all supposed to be like these really very nicely drawn cards, like high quality. However, for a sealed box, a sealed hobby box. Oh no, this was not last week. It came out last month. Sorry. They are completely sold out on Topps' website, but you can find them being resold. For instance, I'm looking at the GameStop website for selling trading cards, and the Pixar Gold hobby box is going for $449.99.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Everywhere I'm looking, these Pixar Gold boxes are selling for like $400 to $500.
That's insane.
And I'm like, what? It's like you can't even get relic cards in there.
Yeah.
You know, which I would think is like what most hobby collectors would want or whatever. Now, granted, they do have like voice actor signatures on some of them, so they at least do have some signatures. But
yeah,
still, it took me by surprise. And once again, it's just kind of proof that people, if the website is sold out, that means people are buying them.
Yeah.
So,
which is crazy.
It's a big shocker. I think that's going to do us for today, though. Unless you got anything else to bring up?
No, I don't. But I do want to talk about my recommendation. I have like a backstory for it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and go first this time?
So my recommendation is a movie that just came out, but
So you are doing... Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my recommendation is People We Meet on Vacation. The movie came out based on a book by Emily Henry. Emily Henry is, I think, my favorite author. I absolutely adore her. Love all of her books. The movie came out yesterday, and I am going to brag about you for a second because this is why I married you. Around Christmas, I realized that it came out January 9th, and I was like, oh, bummer. I wanted to watch this movie with somebody that has read the book, because then we can, kind of talk about it, and it won't just me be sitting there being like, well, in the book, because I knew that that's annoying. And so I wanted to watch the movie with somebody that read the book. However, none of my friends have read this book, and I was like, well, this is a bummer. So I, casually brought it up to you. I was like, I want to read this watch this movie with somebody that's read the book. Would you be interested in doing that? Would you want to do that? And you said, yeah. And I was like, Oh, okay. But it got like closer, and I noticed you hadn't like picked up the book really, and I was like, okay, well, I did give him kind of short notice. Like, it wasn't a whole lot of time to read a book. And then like the week before, I like brought it up, and I was like, did you end up reading that? And you were like, oh yeah, I listened to the audiobook in a week. I have never felt more seen and loved, Michael. Genuinely, the fact that you went and did that for me, and then we got to watch the movie last night together and talk about the book, and it was so fun. That's exactly what I wanted it to be. And I was so happy that you understood. Like, I could talk to you about this, and I wasn't just, like, kind of frustrated by myself.
Mm-hmm. It was frustrating to watch it after having listened/read the book.
Yeah. Because People Communication, overall, I think it was really good. I did like some, like, I liked some of the changes that they did, and then I didn't like some of the changes that they did. However, I think it was great. I think the actors were great. They were exactly how I imagined them in the book. Obviously, they had to leave some things out. My only thing is I think they left out important things.
I would agree.
Yeah. And they combined some things together that I didn't really think should have been combined. Like, some of the summers they combined it together because it jumps back in time and, like, tells you previous summers of what has happened. Yeah. And they kind of combined some of those summers, which, again, it's because of time. They couldn't do every summer that they spent together. But I think that they combined the ones that shouldn't have been combined. So that's was my biggest thing. They also changed the plot slightly, which, again, wasn't my favorite thing. Like, it kind of just changed character dynamics and how... Because, yeah, in the movie, they had Alex and Poppy in separate places during... Like, she got invited to the wedding by his brother. But in the book, like, Alex is the one that invites her, and they go on this trip, and they're together in that hotel room that's super hot. He doesn't, like, have the option to leave. And I feel like that changed the dynamic a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah. So, anyways, overall, I did really like it. Don't think I'll rewatch it. But I think it was good. And I'm excited for future projects with her books.
I could see this movie doing really well. And therefore, I think you will get your future projects.
Yeah, they've already been announced. I think that some of her other books are getting turned into TV series, movie adaptations. So, I don't know. I was pretty happy with it. Wasn't, like... super thrilled with it, but it was good and I enjoyed it, and I'm really happy that it got turned into a movie. I think it was fun.
Well, I'm glad you overall did really enjoy it. But my recommendation, we're going back to the 80s, celebrating Stranger Things a little bit. We're going to go with The Lost Boys from 1987, which is two boys move to a town and discover it is a vampire haven. It's a very good movie, very enjoyable. A lot of these actors are not like acting today, so I'm name dropping anyone isn't going to do much here. But I promise you, it is a fantastic movie. There's even a sequel, Lost Boys, the Lost Chapter, or the Next Chapter, or something like that. That came out a little while later, but it's available nowhere for free, unfortunately.
Bummer.
Yeah, so it is a rental.
Owned media.
Yeah, great movie. I'm sure you can find it at any thrift store or something like that, but it's a really, really good movie. I do think more people should watch it. This one's actually a movie my mom showed me when I was a kid. So, anyways, that'll do us for another Saturday morning. We'll catch you all next time.